Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where I just did a little bit of off-camera work. We have all of our Bastion, upgrades and refits queued up, except we didn't have enough alloys to finish off these two Starbases here. So we weren't able to do that. However, I have gone through and addressed every planet that needs addressing for right now. So that is completely fine, and the reason I decided to do that off camera was to save some time in this episode, because I want to fight these guys. First things first, let's manage claims against them. It looks like we've fully claimed everything in this region. That is ideal. We also want to make sure that we've claimed this region. So let's hop over here, make claims. Yes, we have. That's perfect. Now, an ideal scenario would have us downsizing these two stations down to a single station via a choke point in the hyperlanes. Unfortunately, looking at the way this constellation is laid out, that is simply not possible. We would have to push all the way through the whole constellation, and then we'd have 3 defensive stations. So that is not, I think, particularly going to be a thing for right now. However, there was a comment left that indicated that if we were to build a Colossus, we would be able to get a Total War CB as opposed to having to do a Conquest CB, which is what we're doing right now. Now that would certainly make things easier, there's no doubt about that. However, we don't currently have the alloys for that. We'll pursue that in a little bit, however, I would like to say that I have already put in a Divine Enforcer for a Colossus. Okay, so let's proceed for right now. We'll just bump this up to fastest speed. Perfect. And we should also probably grab an engineering research. Let's work on, how about loader efficiency? Fantastic. Yeah, necrophaging has happened. We can also reach into the Shroud, and that's a thing that I think we want to do right now. Something speaks to us here. Something wonderful. Okay, pop growth speed minus 30%. Perfect. Whatever. So as far as our attack over here goes, the plan was to hit over here immediately and overwhelm, right? So let's go ahead and bring our first combat fleet over here. The second combat fleet is currently repairing at Gremium. Let's actually have that get some proper repairs. The third combat fleet is positioned at the L gate, and I think that we want to keep that there. And the fourth combat fleet will likely need to be responsible for defending over here. That said, the sixth combat fleet is currently doing that. We're going to hold off for at least a couple of months here before we declare this war, but I'm getting really, really interested in declaring the war. Now, these are corvettes. These are destroyers. Okay. So these are all corvettes here, and how many total corvettes is this? This is 5. Where are we lacking 5 corvettes? The 6th combat fleet they can go into. Fantastic. In they go. And then we're lacking 2 destroyers. Those can also go into the 6th. Perfect. Okay, so I do want to make sure that we have... Well, first off, this science ship should be assisting research. And I believe it should be assisting research where? Gothra? Yes. Assist research at Gothra. Thank you. This science ship isn't really doing anything either. I believe this one goes to Ziober? No, that's a refinery world there. Mining and mining. Okay, so it's going to go somewhere else. Mufrid? Alloys. Atronar. Alloys and mining. Zoltan. Industrial. Okay, this is not going well. I'm not sure where these guys are supposed to go. Alloys... Oh, you know what? We know for a fact that there are some science habitats. Like, for example, not this one. This one. That'll work. Okay. come on over here, assist research. Perfect. Now, we do need to get our 5th and 6th combat fleets maxed out, but first I want to make sure that we have all of our stations maxing out. Now over here we're missing ion cannons. We can get a single one going immediately, but those do take forever to build. Energy weapon attack speed, that's all well and good. We'll grab energy weapon damage. Excellent. And we'll queue up a second ion cannon. Now over here, we are already constructing an ion cannon. That's perfect. So with those underway, we're not losing any time. We're going to need a second ion cannon here. There's a bunch of rivalries going on. That is completely fine. So the 5th and 6th fleets, where are they currently located? The 5th is located there. I'm going to pull the 5th back to Ziober. And the 6th is at Batrac, which is perfect. Okay, so I think we have defensive positions properly set up. That is a very, very good thing. Our economy is working fine. So that is also perfect. Let's get the rest of these defensive platforms queued up here. So we're going to need... Whoa, that was a lot of sounds at once. Okay. Is that all of them? Yes. Yes, it is. So next month, we're going to be able to queue up a second ion cannon here, which is perfect. Reminder, I already went through everything else. Everything else is fully queued up. So like you can see here, we had a fair amount of stored alloys, but I used them all. Excellent. So all we need now is some number of defense platforms here, which is great. That means that we'll be finishing this up quite quickly. Non-aggression pact. From whom? I decline. Okay, admin cap. That's always a good thing to have. Now, one thing I was thinking about doing is addressing our naval capacity by changing some of our trade stations that we have here. We have 3 trade hubs. Changing these over to anchorages. And I actually think I'm going to get started on that. So we will just do a single switch over here. Like that, for now. I don't think they're necessary to have them as trade hubs anymore. I think they're actually more valuable to have them as anchorages at this time. And yeah, I have gotten these upgrades going as well, but they're still underway. Okay, let's queue up a few more defense platforms here. Let's see, we've already... Oh, I see. We already had an ion cannon here. I was very confused for a moment there. We only need the 1 ion cannon. That's very good for us, because that of course means that we can max that out. This bureaucratic center currently requires nothing. It's saying it requires housing, rather. Or no, that's a building slot. What am I talking about? We want a chamber of elevation. 100%. Gothra here. We can fix that unemployment issue. No problem. This refinery station, we kinda can't fix this one. We'll have to wait for a demotion. This refinery station, we could repair this synthetic crystal plant, and so we shall. Hearts and Minds has expired. Let's re-up that one. Excellent. Anything else that needs to be done? Not really right now. We're doing pretty well as far as our worlds go. So that is great to see. These trade hubs should be almost done swapping over their anchorages. And as soon as that's done, we are going to build an extra module here. We'll get rid of the off-world trading company later on, but we're going to put in a naval logistics office here as soon as these finish up. Now we did complete loader efficiency, that's fine. Let's go ahead and grab this Strikecraft attack speed. Perfect. Okay, 3, 2, 1. There we go. We're going to start work immediately on a naval logistics office, just as quick as we can. And then we will queue the rest of these up as anchorages. Unfortunately, we have to do these one at a time. It's super awkward. But once we are done switching this over, then we will go through and get rid of the off-world trading companies, because that's just going to be... Does that not cost upkeep? Apparently the off-world trading company doesn't cost upkeep. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Well, I'm completely okay with this. Okay, let's get this one switched over to anchorages as well. And then we will utilize our currently stockpiling alloys to get our combat fleets ready to go. So let's just reinforce these fleets. Absolutely no problem. We can crank those out very, very quickly indeed. Perfect. So those will get wrapped up very soon. We're also seeing some of our new stations over here finishing up. Now this one, I think I'm actually going to get rid of this one. We're going to downgrade this. That'll bring us back to 31 out of 31, which will help our energy credit situation. We've got a little bit of a problem there, but I think that it will actually solve itself. Regardless, I still want to drop down our Starbase capacity here.
A new colony has been propagated.
Oh, excellent. We've completed this colony here. We obviously want a gene clinic to grow faster, and we'll also put in a trade district to generate a few amenities. Yeah, that's always going to be a thing. But we can handle that. No problem. This Starbase we're going to continue upgrading up to a Star Fortress. And this one here will also need to continue being upgraded. It's currently got crew quarters, which we're going to dismantle. That is costing us some energy credits per month. Okay, our energy credits did not turn around there on that month tick. The question is, was that just a jobs reshuffle? Or what's going on there? Okay. We've got a big energy credit deficit all of a sudden. So what is consuming it? Mostly ships and buildings. Fair enough. Well, realistically, we're wildly over our naval cap right now. Switching over to these additional anchorages should help us out. That'll take some time, though. Oh, I see what it is. Look at all this ungrabbed trade. Are we not getting any trade right now? We're getting only a little trade. What is going on here? Is this a bug? Okay. Hang on. 153 trade value here. This trade value is all coming from Sredma Prime. Why is this trade not making it to our capital? Why indeed? Now, some of these trade hubs, this is actually to be expected, right? But some of this is not expected. My understanding of the way that trade works is we gather trade on our colonies no matter what. Yeah, a place like this is likely to lose the trade value. We're likely to lose this 11 trade value, but I wouldn't expect to be doing that yet. This is an anchorage. I wouldn't be expecting to do that. Maybe we would be expecting to do that now. No, we would not, because we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trade hubs here. Maybe because it's queued up to switch, but I didn't think that it did that. Oh, it does! When we queue it up to switch, it immediately disables the grabbing. Okay. We're canceling this then. Switching these over to anchorages is not a great idea. We're going to go back to trade hubs then for these 3. Noted. Well, that'll fix our income issue. I didn't expect that to actually be an issue, but apparently it is. Noted. That's completely fine. We've got 2 trade value over here that we're not collecting, but I kind of don't care. Where's our construction ship at? Because I do want to get this science over here. Currently constructing in Atlas. That's fine. Not too concerned about that. That does, of course, mean that our naval cap is going to continue to be wildly over, but I think this is fine. We can afford it. I'm not too worried about that. I do want to declare on these guys relatively soon. And since we have defenses over here in terms of fleets... Member of the United Trading Pact. Okay, so these guys here, if we were to declare on them, would immediately fight us. These guys would not. They're members of the Star Concord, which is okay. Grumium is going to... Oh, that's actually just a gateway. Never mind. I was going to say that's going to require defense, but that's not an L gate. That is a regular gateway. So I'm just trying to determine if there's any reason not to declare this war right now on the Tree of Life Tranquility. I'm not sure that there's a reason not to declare this. However, if we were to push up to here, we could consolidate starbases. And that would be something that would be pretty worthwhile. So let's make some claims here. These 3 systems. If we push any further than here, we're not going to be able to consolidate. So I think that is ideal. What do we have for army strength? Only 563? Okay. That's maybe a reason to not declare this yet. Maybe. We would definitely want to recruit a few more armies, and ideally we'd like them to just be Cyberx Warforms. Like, let's just recruit 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these, but I actually want to spread these out so that they build a little faster. So we'll do 1 here, and then we'll just go down this. Can we recruit armies here? Oh my, that's a lot of armies that we could recruit. We want Cyberx Warforms, but I don't think we can recruit those from stations. Can we only recruit those from our capital? It may only be doable from our capital. We can do clone armies and psionic armies, sure, but I want Cyberx Warforms. Okay, we'll recruit 10 here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then let's also do a few psionic armies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, not these guys. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, another psionic army, 17, 18, and finally, let's go for 19, 20. So that's a lot of Cyberx Warforms. The reason we're recruiting psionic armies as well is because the Warforms are going to take forever to make. It's going to take a very long time. We currently have 5 worker unemployment on Azure Chalice. Fair enough. Are we growing any pops here? We are. Okay, we'll resettle these guys, and I would love to move them over to a bureaucratic center, like this one. So the Atlas II habitat is where we're going to send them. So we'll send them to Atlas II, which is in here somewhere. Here it is. Perfect. And we're going to send our unemployed pops. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. Over here, this is a refinery station. It's going to need additional jobs. There's no doubt about that. And let's put in something along the lines of, I'd love to put a nanite transmuter. Unfortunately, that doesn't give jobs. and it also requires nanites. So let's grab instead a synthetic crystal plant. Perfect. This forge world here actually looks reasonably fine. We can just put in a city district for now. This is actually a mining world, but whatever. This refinery station looks reasonably fine. That's going to need a demotion, so is this one. Atlas 2 is, of course, now in need of some jobs, and so we will put in an admin office. Perfect. This factory station needs a chamber of elevation. Achenar Prime is under construction. That's to be expected. Sredma needs additional jobs. That's always a good sign. Okay, and this needs a demotion more than anything. This forge world here, we'll just put in an alloy foundry. That will be fine. This tech world, we will also put in a research station. That'll be completely fine. And we're never going to get another job here, so we'll pop these guys also over to the Atlas 2 habitat. Or this singular guy. Perfect. Mestros here. This is a mining world. And I'm just trying to figure out what exactly I want to do here. This is awkward. I guess we'll just do that for now. Okay, sounds good. Let's double check Atlas 2 since we moved another pop onto there. I suspect... Do we need to tick this? No, actually that guy took a necrophyte job, I think. So I think we're good. Fantastic. So we're going to be pretty close to ready to declare this war here. I'm just waiting on a few armies to pop up. I think that we will definitely colonize this world. But I also think that we will definitely go ahead and build that next habitat and declare next episode. I think that we are pretty much completely ready to go at this point on our galactic conquest. Now, there is one more thing that I want to do besides grabbing additional admin cap, and that is that I want to make sure that we are getting out Colossus, a Contagion-class Colossus. I would love to have the Total War CB, if at all possible. So we'll see if that's going to be a possibility. If not, we can run claims. We're gaining 10 influence per month. It's not the end of the world. This refinery station here should probably have another trade district for now. We may want to change that a little bit later on. So many available jobs here. This is not, of course, a surprise. Like, seriously, look at this. Look at all those artisan jobs. 114 total, and we're building 2 more these are residential arcologies. But we're building 2 more, or no, we're not. We have a lot more civilian industries able to be built here anyway. Our governor just died. We should probably recruit one. Experience gain? Sure. It's not the best, but it'll do. Okay. In terms of our empire sprawl, we're doing a little bit better. This bureaucratic center still needs jobs, so we will put in an admin park. Now, we should probably be building habitation districts here. We're going to need a lot of housing, and that'll also allow us to start getting these upgraded, so that'll be fine. This habitat here could definitely use a commercial zone. Well, realistically, it could actually use housing, is what it could use here. So that's fine. Energy weapon attack speed is always nice. We'll grab energy weapon damage next. Okay. So we have just finished up all of our recruitment of our armies. That is wonderful. Let's head on down over here and get our armies grouped up. We only have the one Cybrix Warform, but that's okay. So these are all, I think, merging into Transport Fleet 10, which I suppose is fine. We should get ourselves a general, and this guy will work. Excellent. So we are going to have our work cut out for us, that is for sure. I would like to ultimately have multiple armies, but for right now this will do. So we will do our Grand Conquest quite soon, and that will begin as a claims war. However, if we can switch over to Total War after this first one, I'm okay with that. Armor hit points, always nice to see. We'll grab heat recyclers. Excellent. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to declare our galactic conquest. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.